Okay, guys, so check it out. What had happened was I had this podcast yesterday and I fucked up. I changed some of the layout on the back end stuff, the stuff that you guys don't see. And as a result of that, when I started the podcast, I never unmuted my mic. I unmuted all of the things that I remembered to unmute, that I was supposed to remember to unmute, but I fucking traffic. But I changed some of the audio stuff, and as a result, I had my mic muted in the software and not on the actual physical mic itself. And as a result, when I started the podcast, I basically forgot to unmute the mic. So here we are with about 10 minutes of blank space at the beginning of the podcast. So now I'm having to go back and basically talk about the things that I talked about in the podcast. And I'll just put this on top of the blank space so that the content is there, even though it's not as it should be happening organically. It's happening after the fact. So anyways, the first thing I talked about was I'm officially killing off the piss me off videos. You know what really pisses me off? Fucking X. I'm getting rid of those partially because I don't like making them. They were fun for a while, but they are to me they're kind of amateurish. And secondly, because I want to clean up a little bit. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm going to start censoring everything I do, but I think they were a little over the top in terms of vulgarity. And that's hurting me in the long run when it comes to advertising. So I'm going to have to clean up a little bit. I'm going to keep the deeper look videos. I'm going to keep the how-to videos. We're not going to stop the streaming playlist or the idiot cast, and we're going to keep the new series, the Derpy Breakdown series. It's just the piss me off videos that are gonna stop. I'm not gonna delete the ones that exist already, but I'm not gonna be making any more. Now, as far as the stream playlist goes and the podcast, we've already moved the streaming operation over to Twitch. The only reason I've been streaming the past couple days on YouTube is to get folks that are existing YouTube subscribers aware of the fact that we do have a Twitch stream, and to let you guys know to go over there and follow. And because the reason I don't want to stream on YouTube is because it fucks with my analytics, and I don't want all my eggs in one basket. I want to have, in the event that YouTube kind of pushes me into a corner or kicks my ass out the door, I want to have a place to go that's already got my viewers there. Which is why you also need to follow me on Twitter, because if that happens, or if anything happens, really, it's a good way to communicate with me outside of the comment section. So Twitter, Twitch, the links are in the description. Also, I have a Discord server. So if you want to go and hang out with us, even when we're not posting on social media and we're in between videos, I'm always on Discord. You can always get a hold of me on Discord. So moving on, scheduling. Uploads, I guess YouTube kind of hates channels like mine. For one, I use profanity. 2, I talk about sometimes controversial shit. And 3, I don't upload every fucking day. It's hurting me that I'm not uploading every day. So what I'm going to have to start doing is having more filler content, which is what the Breakdown series is. It's a video format that I can push out the door quickly. And while some people may not like it or feel like it's undercooked, I have got to do something so that I can upload every day, because in the analytics I'm dying. I'm being destroyed because I'm not uploading every single day. And I can't upload every day my regular shit because it takes 2 days for me to edit a fucking video. And then every day during the week, I'm literally, my entire day is away from the computer. By the time I actually get to the computer to do some work, I've got like 2 to 3 hours left tops. So yeah, not uploading every day is killing me. So I'm gonna have filler content. Some people's not gonna like that, but I'm begging you to just bear with me on this. I've got to upload every day. So you're gonna see more stupid shit like games because they're easy and I can push them out the door. Um, I want to try to make the breakdown series actually enjoyable, but it is filler content. And more podcasts, because those, I mean, they take up a couple hours to initially record, but I don't have to go back and edit them, except this one, obviously. But I don't have to go back and edit them and spend 2 days working on animations and garbage like that. So there's going to be more filler content that's probably not what you came here for. Just please bear with me. I've got to upload every day because YouTube is crushing me. I'm not getting shit for views. I mean, I am right now because I've been uploading the past couple of days regularly. I've been able to get out content regularly. But during the time when I was getting, like, say, a video every 2 weeks or less, I have more subscribers now and more, dramatically more subscribers now than I did a year ago. But I was getting more views a year ago than I'm getting now, because YouTube sees that I'm not uploading every day and therefore doesn't promote me. And so, like, the first Sovereign Citizen video, which has been getting views consistently as long as I've been uploading, during the past couple of weeks, it's trickled off to like 3 views a day. And then when I started uploading again, that old ass video that I haven't talked about or promoted or said anything on social media about suddenly jumped back up to 20 or 30 views a day at one point. So yeah, I've got to upload every day, and it's just something you guys got to come to terms with. Well, when a point comes when YouTube no longer, I'm not required to count on YouTube for growth. When I have enough subscribers that I get a big enough view spike the moment I upload that YouTube kind of has no option but promote me. And when I have enough people that are actually sharing my videos to social media like Facebook or Twitter or whatever to their viewership, and then potentially working with other YouTubers in the future, then I won't be so required to have as much filler content to keep my uploads every single day. But as of right now, I've got to do it. And like I said, as a result, you're going to see content that is of lesser quality from time to time, or maybe something that's not necessarily what you subscribed for. But just like I said, please bear with me. Please understand that it's not that I want to put shitty content on you. It's that I don't have time to upload every day, but they're forcing me to. If I want to keep getting views, if I want to keep getting subscribers, if I want them to keep exposing me to the internet, I've got to upload every day. Or as near as possible every day as I can get. So, apologies, but it is what it is, and there's not much I can do about it. Now, I'm not going to... I didn't get about half of the Star Citizen shit as well, because I realized the fuck up when my girlfriend jumped in stream, and she pointed it out to me. And that was about halfway through talking about Star Citizen, which is totally irrelevant to most of the people that subscribe to my channel. So I'm not going to bother adding in the bit that we missed there. If you want to go ahead and skip ahead to about the 12-minute mark, that's where the audio issue gets resolved, and you just pick up the podcast from that point forward. All right? Peace, fuckers. Okay, so anyways, on with what I was saying. I can fix the beginning and post. um, Lost my train of thought. Oh yeah,
Star Citizen.
they won't be. You won't like starve to death within every time. Like every time 5 minutes goes by and you don't eat 15 fucking fish, you won't starve to death. But over the span of
No more
about
drinking 30 gallons of water and 12 rabbits.
right, right. By the time you get finished eating all those rabbits you just cooked, you're starving again.
Yep. And there goes your entire fucking day.
Right. And then you're just stuck in this loopy grind of killing rabbits and catching fish and eating and going to sleep and killing rabbits and catching fish and eating and going to sleep.
And the whole point of the game is to get out of there.
Right. But yeah, I won't have any of that. It'll be a lot more realistic in terms of human survival. Um, I thought that was neat.
Yeah, the visual updates on it are freaking beautiful.
Yeah.
That's the only way to really describe it with how they've changed everything over.
You haven't seen the atmospheric entry and exit, have you?
Part of it, I need to sit down and watch the rest of it, but it
Yeah.
looks fucking awesome.
Um, Another for those of you message. For those of you that don't have Star Citizen, the fuck is wrong with you? Go get it and use our little code here in the bottom of the description to get free money and then join our corporation so you can play games with us because I said so. And we need people too. Um,
And
for
we're going to make a religious sect in the thing. We need people to follow Derp.
Actually, the corporation started as a religion. I transferred it over to like kind of a private military exploration company, but originally it was just a joke religion. That's why it's called OLPEC. Um,
Derpian.
it's a Our Lady of Perpetual Exemption Church because you get to if you're a church you get to be tax exempt forever. So but yeah, um, we need people to help us man our ships or ship, I guess.
And we need a lot of people to clean the ship, like
Yeah,
on a daily occurrence here.
mostly that. All the puke and whatnot from the drinking parties. Look, I found an asteroid. Let's get drunk.
Woo, we survived that fight with one guy. Let's get trashed.
Yeah, it took five of us, but we kicked his ass. Our
We only
plan,
lost 3 ships.
right? It's all good. Made 12 credits. Our plans in the corporation is to be primarily based on in exploration. So, finding new planets, finding new life and new civilizations, boldly going where no cock has gone before. Um, but as the overall scope of the game develops and evolves, I'm sure we'll have changes of heart and decide different strategies, different things we want to do. Um,
Trying to actually make money instead of following the YouTube dream.
right. Um, the I'm not gonna buy any of these massive ships before the game's out because they are retarded expensive. But once the game comes out, you'll be able to buy them in game with in game currency. And then the plan is to get kind of a fleet that can support like super long duration exploration.
I thought you already bought a massive ship.
That's not, no, it's not even remotely massive. I mean, it's bigger than the starter ships, but it's only a five-person crew. But it's an explorer. It has the ability to land on a planet. It has a rover and a little snub ship to kind of help defend it. Um, I think the ship was originally commissioned by the military as a military explorer, and then after it kind of became less of a secret for the military. They started building them for the general public to use. But its purpose originally was to find and map jump gates, or jump holes, or whatever they're called, wormholes. And
Is that slang for alien poontang?
no, I think alien poontang is slang for alien poontang. Um, that's really all I wanted to add about Star Citizen. You anything you want to talk about it?
I'm just excited for 3.0 to come out because of the videos I've seen. It looks amazing compared to what it is now.
Yeah. I mean, it looks amazing now. It's just you're so muted in what you're able to do.
Yeah, the biggest thing that just I get all giddy about is you can look at the freaking touch screens and have 10 or 12 buttons on them that you can pick from versus just the one button for the entire screen.
Right. Well, I mean, you have that now. It's just that, like when you zoom into your MFDs, you have to. I don't know. It's kind of glitchy the way it works, but if you scroll in and out a little bit, sometimes it'll give you a mouse pointer, and then you can kind of click things on the MFD. But it actually used to work perfect, and then when this last 2 point whatever came out, it got fucked up and you couldn't hardly do shit on the MFDs. But there is stuff there. It's just either partially or completely non-functional depending on what ship you're in and what screen you're looking at. But
Yeah.
based on what I've seen on the 3.0 streams they've been doing, it seems like all of that's fixed. I mean, they showed in the stream today they were in one of the rovers, like turning on and off the cooler and turning on and off different shield systems and turning on and off the turret. And all of these things create power draw, and this power draw is something that you as the commander or the pilot of the ship will have to manage. You turn everything on and you have a huge power draw, and all of a sudden now your range is severely reduced. Also, oxygen. That's a thing now.
Yeah. What, you needed to breathe while having all these lights on? No, not gonna happen.
You pick lights or oxygen. Can't have both.
What? You're under attack. You gotta pick live or shoot guns. It's up to you.
You have to turn your air on for a minute, and then turn your air off, and then turn your guns on and shoot for a minute, and then turn your guns off and turn your air on. Are you gonna make a video about idiots that believe the moon landing was fake? I'll get to that in a little bit. Anything else you want to talk about Star Citizen? I mean, I'm still waiting for the Friday thing, the event Friday. They're gonna be doing their big reveal, and I'm excited to see what that's gonna be.
Yeah, I've actually got that marked so I can watch the live stream of it.
Yeah.
But no, pretty much what you said. We need people.
Yeah.
And if you don't have Star Citizen, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
Quit playing your Farmville. And
No more Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Hey man, that game was badass.
No more Barbie dress up. It's time to get serious and play real man games.
Where you dress up your spaceship and walk around pretty.
Right. Guess that's all I wanted to say. I'll have a lot more to say about it once I see that video or that event Friday.
Yeah, as soon as the video Friday comes out and I have a chance to watch it, I'll have about the same to say about it.
Right. Many more opinions will surface then.
Yes.
I mean, I've so far I've tried to keep my mouth shut when it comes to Star Citizen, because if you introduce people to it that don't really either comprehend or haven't been in early alphas before, they'll get in and they'll say, "Oh, this fucking sucks," and then they'll never come back. So I've kind of kept my mouth shut for the most part about it. But I mean, stupid little things like not being able to lock your ship and then some idiot walking up, getting in your ship and flying off and leaving you stuck in the middle of nowhere. Some people will see that as a huge drawback and say, well, this game's fucked. I'm not playing this. But
Or some jackass hiding on your ship and popping you in the back of the head as soon as you get outside of the armistice zone.
I've never done that. Except a few times.
Got defensive there really fast.
But yeah, there will, as the game gets more playable and user friendly, and it's not so much a test bed and more of an actual game. I'm gonna start trying to get people real hard to join the corp, get involved.
Oh, one thing I heard him talking about, I don't know if you caught that, they've made it where you can actually lock the cockpit doors. So like the doors to the bridge can be locked separate from everything else.
Right, right. That'll keep people from shooting you in the back of the head. But also, at some point, doors will be hackable too. You'll be able to break into ships and break into cockpits and whatnot.
Yeah, I really want to see the hack system they've been thinking about integrating. That'll be very interesting.
Yeah. I'm sure it won't be like legitimate hacking. I'm sure it'll be a lot more user friendly than sitting at a command prompt, but I don't know, we'll see.
// hashtag open.
Right. I just need to inject this JavaScript into the control panel.
Only took me 50 minutes to write the 12 lines of JavaScript, but let's see if it works.
When I'm breaking on a tangent here, but when JavaScript, or when Java in general first came out and first started blowing up on the web, my ex-wife's brother was went to work for a company that did JavaScript for a variety of different companies, basically a subcontractor, but he was making bank. And I told him, I was like, dude, JavaScript's huge right now, but I can already tell that it's cumbersome, it's riddled with security flaws. As a language, this isn't going to last. I mean, it's the language itself is going to last, but its popularity isn't going to last. And I mean, in a way I was right and in a way I was wrong, but I told him he needed to diversify and get not just focus so hard on JavaScript. So in case it does collapse as a mainstream language, that he'll have somewhere to go. It won't be backed into a corner and left without a job. And he was like, fuck that, JavaScript's boss. It can do anything, blah, 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 blah. Can run on any platform. It can do this, it can do that. I was like, yeah, but it's heavy as fuck. It weighs like 2 tons. It's a ridiculously bloated language. And just because you can run it on everything doesn't mean it will run on everything. Like, some things just can't run that fucking much work.
It only took him 12 years to shrink it down.
Right, right. And so no, he wouldn't hear anything that I was saying. But like 3 years later, he was out of a job. His company went bankrupt, and they bought him his house. Well, the company didn't buy him his house, but they paid him a huge amount of money to buy a house, and he had to put a little extra with it. And they gave him a car, and he was living the good life for a while, like 2 years, and then the company suddenly went bankrupt, and they came after him trying to get the car back and shit. I told him he should diversify. He had to spend like a year basically working a bullshit job and learning another language. I don't know what he's doing now. I have no fucking clue, but if he had listened, he wouldn't have been in that pit that he fell into.
Well, that's the thing. I talk to people from tech companies all the time, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm just doing great. Then all of a sudden we went bankrupt. There's always signs shit's going wrong. A lot of those tech company guys want to ignore it. They're like, oh, it's just fluctuations. Oh, I'm the only person on this entire floor, and we own the entire building. Maybe they're just relocating the office.
Things will get better, I'm sure. But yeah, that was a big ass tangent I didn't need to go on. So the YouTube drama thing, you haven't been really following the YouTube drama thing, have you?
No, I tried not to watch the YouTube soap operas.
Yeah. Do you know who Jake Paul is?
After Googling him, I know he's a douchebag with blonde hair.
Yeah, basically, that's really all you need to know. He worked for Disney. He got fired from Disney because he's a twat. He he has he's a genius in a way. He knows exactly the right douchebag things to do to get growth on YouTube. So start bullshit fights with people, um, cause a stink in your neighborhood. Anything he can do to get publicity, he will do it. So in a way, he's fucking genius, but in another way, he's a fucking douchebag. Um. So, anyways, he paid or didn't pay, but he got his He's got beef right now with with FaZe Banks, the dude that used to be part of FaZe gaming clan, whatever, professional gamers. For whatever reason, Team 10, which is the company he owns, and the people that I guess work under him, and Rice Gum and FaZe were making retarded diss tracks at one another, which is completely fucking stupid. But they were both getting a fuckload of views out of it. At any rate, he got his secretary, or she on her own accord or whatever, made a video saying that while FaZe was FaZe Banks was out at a club, he clotheslined her and gave her this big ridiculous bruise. And then the story, it evolved from he accidentally hit me in the neck to he put me in a chokehold and tried to drag me off to their table. And FaZe Banks was like, "This is bullshit. You're trying to ruin my fucking career." Like everything, like, and everybody that knows him has come out and said, this is absolutely not something he would do. So, anyways, as time went on, over the next couple of days, more and more information came out. Banks said he'd got the security footage from the club reviewed, and nowhere on it does anything even remotely sinister happen. Then one of the Team 10 guys resigned his position in the company and called FaZe Banks and told him, you know, he's basically given up his job and lost all of his friends that he's been friends with since he was like 9 years old, because what they're doing is wrong. And he didn't, her story that she told him was that she just wandered into FaZe Banks and then he elbowed her in the neck, and he never saw her near FaZe Banks. Anyways, he basically cleared Banks from any of the drama. Well, the dumb slut went then from her story already having been basically proven to be a liar in this event, took the shit to Fox News yesterday. So she actually got on the news yesterday, Fox LA, and reiterated her stupid ass story about getting choked and everything. And all of that shit is for views. It's going to end up costing them now. I mean, the Jake Paul and her and everybody involved with that company, they're all losing subscribers. And Banks is gaining subscribers, so it's costing them there. Plus, Banks is gonna take the shit to court, and I think
is his assistant that Alyssa person? I think that was the name.
No, it's Megan. Alyssa Violet is his girlfriend.
Okay. Yeah, when I Googled him, there was like a dozen videos came up and news stories about how he was beating Alyssa and had sexually assaulted her several times and threatened to kill her.
Oh, wait, maybe it was...
Sounds like YouTube drama.
Maybe Alyssa was his ex-girlfriend. I know that whoever FaZe Banks is dating now was dating Jake Paul. So there's that added drama there as well. But anyways, I don't remember. I just know that the girl that claimed she got choked out, whatever, beat the fuck up. Her name's Megan, and she's not like, I mean, she's got like 2 million subscribers, but she's not what I would call a YouTuber. She just does like vlog shit.
That's what YouTube is this day, man.
That's what YouTube America is this day. The rest of the fucking world, YouTube is normal the way it should be. It's just America because US YouTube promotes that kind of garbage.
America.
America! So anyways, the whole thing, all of it, is because they're trying to generate, or were trying to generate drama to get views. That's what all YouTube drama is about. When YouTuber A fights with YouTuber B, 99% of the time it's drama. Now, Banks isn't fighting back with drama. He's not making videos and dramaing everything up for views. He's taking that shit to court and suing the fuck out of them, which is what he should do. But yeah, that's the whole, like, the stupid little girls that are like, I'm just trying to spread awareness about rape, or I'm just trying to spread awareness about abuse. No, you're not. You're not at all. You're using fucking catchphrases that you know will get views so that you can fucking make money. It's all about money and views. It's none of it's about spreading awareness. Fucking aggravating. I think
Now,
that
on that topic, real quick,
go ahead.
I was looking into some stuff on that Clarissa May person when we were prepping that video.
Right.
There is a marketing company called Revlo.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Not Revlo. Revlo is the one that bailed on you. Rev Marketing, I think it is.
I've heard of that one too. Revlo bailed on me. What are you talking about?
Yeah, didn't you have Revlo set up on your chat room and then they shut down?
Oh yeah. That wasn't a marketing company. That was, yeah, they just canceled their, I guess they weren't making enough cash or whatever.
Yeah, but there's a company, Rev something, I'll have to look it back up. They specialize in YouTube drama promotions.
Really?
Yeah, so they basically have a team of people that work between two YouTubers to come up with, what you need to say to this person, or here's the key phrases you should use to get more views.
I'm assuming you have to pay them.
Oh yeah, just like an initial consultation is $200 an hour.
Wow. That's insane. Do you have a link for it?
I have got one in one of my notes. Let me see if I can find it before the end of the podcast, and I'll post it up. But yeah, they even had like marketing deals where you can sign up for a subscription, and they kind of take over your account. And I think it's like 30% of whatever you make goes directly to them.
Well, I know there are several companies that promote themselves as channel managers. So you pay them an X portion of your revenue, and they tell you when to upload. And basically, you create the video and give it to them. They upload it. They do the tags. They do the thumbnail. They run your channel for you. And you just create the content.
Yeah, it's basically kind of like the service they offer as well.
Yeah.
They will also write your entire script. So basically all you're doing is reading off something they came up with.
Wow. That's ridiculous. The fuck? Shit like that should be like illegal. Somehow it should be against the rules. I think that kind of running a channel is okay if it's done in-house. Like if you have a company and you hire a scriptwriter and you hire a video editor and you hire actors and stuff like that. I could see that being reasonable. Cause I mean like what's his name? Fucking Philip DeFranco, he doesn't do all of his research. He's got a team that does that shit. And once he records his fucking video, that's the last he fucking sees of it. I mean, that the video goes off to an editor. The editor does the editing. Then it goes to a fucking account manager who uploads it, tags it, titles it, thumbnails it, and then, I mean, and then he's got a social media team that handles that. But it's still in-house. It's not paying somebody else outside of your company to do all the work. Because that just makes generic bland ass podcast, generic bland ass vlog type content, which I mean YouTube likes, but nobody else does.
Yeah, well, I think with Philip DeFranco, he started everything on his own and worked up slowly, hiring people on. I remember watched him like 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, it used to be just him sitting in his bedroom.
If I remember, the first person he hired on was his girlfriend to help him with camera and editing.
I wish like hell I could hire people. That would make
instead
it so
of just
easy.
Complaining until someone offers to help.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Man, I really need help with this. I am falling behind.
I never said that. Put words in my mouth. So, that's about it, I guess. I just wanted to bring up YouTube drama and how it's basically two ways to be lucrative on YouTube. Actually, since we're talking about lucrative on YouTube, you know, if you do a gaming channel where you do Let's Plays, if you have guns in your Let's Play, you can get demonetized. In the US, not in fucking Canada, not in Afghanistan or what the fuck ever, Russia, where the fuck ever. In the US, if you're playing Call of Duty or a similar first-person shooter and the bots identify a gun on screen in thumbnail, or you say something violent in the title or description, you get demonetized.
That's kind of crazy. That's like 90% of the Let's Play channels are violent games.
Yeah, I read about this yesterday evening. I got a Google Alerts set up to alert me to different things, YouTube being one of them. And it was several large gaming channels have like 80% of their videos have gotten demonetized. And at first they were talking about just starting up a crowdfunding to pay for their content instead of relying on ad revenue, but some of them are saying, you know what, fuck this, I'm going to Twitch. I can't deal with this. I can't rely on a company that's so willing to fuck me over without sending me an email first. So you could see a potentially large exodus in terms of gaming channels. And in a way, I feel like that's a good thing, because as the gaming channels trickle out, YouTube will correct their mistake. They'll say, oh shit, okay, so this was ad revenue we're no longer getting. We gotta fix this. But meanwhile, there will be a void. There will be less large gaming channels, which will give smaller channels oriented around gaming a chance to actually get some exposure. Doesn't mean a lot for me because I don't play a lot of games on my YouTube channel, but I mean, it'll help some of the smaller dedicated gamers, and it could potentially help me when it's related to gaming stuff. But yeah, there's
means when we just start this, have to play with nothing in our hands.
No, what we'll do is I won't be streaming Star Citizen on YouTube. I'll be streaming that on Twitch. And I won't just push an entire like 3 or 4 hour gaming session straight to YouTube. I'll download it and edit it out. Like the hour and a half of standing around waiting for everybody to get ready, that's pointless to have that in a video. So it won't be raw data. It'll be edited down. And if I were to upload it and it turns out that YouTube demonetizes it due to violence, then I'll just find what bits that are showing guns and clip those bits out. If I can. If I can't, then I will potentially upload a video that just simply isn't monetized. I've done it before. I've uploaded a video and it was immediately demonetized, and I took it down and re-edited it because it was a clip of music, and I re-edited it to get rid of that music or cut the music back some. In fact, it was Star Wars music, but it wasn't the official Star Wars music. It was played through, it was MIDI. So technically I could monetize that, but for whatever reason it wasn't letting me. And eventually I said, fuck it, I'm not gonna fuck the video up for a couple of cents. So I just put it back the way it was and re-uploaded it. I just went with that video not being monetized. So it's not against my religion to upload a video that I know won't make any money. If the video's good and people like it, I'll still upload it.
Of course, you gotta do something rather than sit there and stare at the baby all day long.
Well, I mean, I could, I guess, put the baby out in the yard. Then I wouldn't have to stare at him.
I told you, man, just get the freaking dog collar on the little rope that goes back and forth.
So, right? So for future podcasts, I think we need guestesses. We need people to come in, because I want to start doing like interview type things where people have an interesting story or an expertise. Like you added to the thing there, cops or court employees. Like I want somebody that has, like, for instance, a lawyer, or as you said, cop or a court employee, somebody that's dealt firsthand with sovereign citizens, that can easily, without having to hit Google, you know, and somebody with some credibility, because I mean nobody's gonna, the cop maybe not so much, because sovereign citizens don't believe cops when they're standing outside their window with a fucking gun. Why would they believe them on a podcast? But
you think they're gonna believe anything on your podcast?
Not necessarily, but I think a lawyer brings more credibility than just a beat cop would. Nevertheless, I would still love to have a cop on the podcast. That would be awesome too.
Yeah, and I figure like even a court clerk, you know, they deal with sovereign citizens more than judges do.
Oh yeah, yeah. But yeah, it doesn't even necessarily have to be sovereign citizen related. Anybody with a story to tell, a unique story, an interesting story, something that's happened to them, or something that what they do for a living, anything that's interesting, that's fine. So I would take that for a podcast guest.
Yeah, no guarantees, but apparently a friend of mine that's producing ammo out here on our property knows Chris Roberts.
Really?
Yeah, he used to work with him doing marketing for some games before. He's gonna see if he can get a hold of him.
Oh, there's absolutely no way Chris Roberts would come to a podcast with us. People are in his ass. People with massive channels are in his ass daily trying to get him to do interviews, and he won't do it.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe he'd come out here and shoot some guns and talk bullshit, and I could put that up.
Right. That, whatever works. But with the pace at which they're in development right now, I really don't think he's got time. I mean, he's got like, what, four different buildings in 3 different countries that he's constantly hopping back and forth to.
Yeah, he's fucking packed on what he does. And, you know, truthfully, if anything was to come of it, it'd be like a year from now, easily.
Yeah. Realistically, I would be more interested in talking to one of their developers than I would to one of their managers. I mean, the manager is going to want to only talk about Star Citizen. They're only going to want to promote their shit. They're only going to want to increase sales. A developer's going to be willing to talk about what they've done, what other projects they've worked on, what you'll be able to say to them, what made you want to start uh, doing whatever it is you do. Whereas everybody knows everything about Chris. You can't ask him a question nobody's ever heard.
Yeah, I might. Oh, I gotta wait for my friend to finish up with his stuff, and I'm gonna talk to him more, see about getting like just about anyone from game production community in here. He used to work with EA and BioWare and all those, and it'd be cool to talk to some of those lower end guys like developers and graphic artists and whatnot.
Right. And then coerce them to do animations for me for free.
I don't think you're very good at coercing. You couldn't even get my sister to draw something for free.
I mean, I could if I talked to her. Draw me something for free. No. Do it or I'll choke you. Okay. Oh, what else? What would you like to see in podcast? I gotta turn the air on. It's fucking hot in here. Computer's gonna start freaking out.
I don't really have any ideas, man. I'm kind of just along for the ride.
I don't know. I would like to see developers, somebody, anybody with an interesting story, even if they're just fucking portable shithouse cleaners. A lawyer or a judge, somebody that would be expert in the field of in law, like somebody that knows law. They don't even have to be an expert in the type of law that sovereign citizens are always mouthing off about, because they will have the ability to look at a piece of paper or look at a claim and say, yeah, you're using that word wrong, that's not what it means. Whereas when I hear that word, I have to go, what the fuck? And then go look it up and find out what that word means.
And then really hope you interpreted that right, really.
Right. Yeah, the sovereign citizens are right in saying that the legal system uses a fucked up way of talking and calling it legalese. They're right, but their interpretation of it is wrong. I want to talk to somebody who knows how to interpret it properly. That would be epic. So yeah, the last bit was to answer or get suggestions from viewers or answer questions from viewers, but I'm not actually seeing any viewers. So we're gonna skip that bit, I guess call it a day unless somebody says something in a hurry. Hitting right at the hour mark. That's good.
Nope, no one said anything. Shut it down.
Yep, I'm not seeing anything, so I guess that's it for this one. Peace, fuckers.